Grab your coffee, hot chocolate, or tea, whatever it may be. It's time for your caffeine dose of life insurance. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Coletta. That's right. Today, we're going to talk about term life insurance. Yes. So that's the topic for today. Go ahead and tell your family, followers, and their friends that they too can do what? Grab their coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever it may be, and tune in for their caffeine dose of life insurance. So let's get started. This is really hot, you guys. I'm drinking tea today. Not coffee. I am a coffee person. I love coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. So let's get right into it. Term life insurance. So, and a lot of you may already know this, of course, actually, so that is fine. But if you have someone that doesn't really understand some of these basics or just the information in general that is needed and very helpful, share this video out to them and let them know as well. Also, make sure you hashtag coffee with Coletta. That's right. Hashtag coffee with Coletta. So we're talking about term life insurance. Just to give you some basics in this video today, term life insurance is something that you need for a certain amount of time. That's the best way to look at that, you know? And it also depends on what's going on in your life at the time, what situation that you're in, and if that's a really good fit for you. I will say a lot of it is based on your age. It is based on your age, but also it still depends on what's going on with you too. So what you want to do is have, your life insurance professional, which they're a broker or an agent, whatever. You want to make sure you let them know what your reasoning is for wanting this, or at least have that conversation with them so they can figure out what is this product, is it going to be beneficial to you? So in your family. But term life insurance basically is a policy that lasts a certain amount of time, typically around 15 years, 20 years, sometimes 30 years. Again, kind of going back to that age thing, because when it comes to term life insurance, your age has a lot to do with that. I'm going to tell you. Because here's why. Term life insurance, like I said, it sounds like I'm repeating itself, but it's basically a certain amount of time and usually good for when you're in your younger years, okay? Because things change. But some people may have use for term insurance, whether you need it as an additional insurance or until the kids get out and go off to college, depending upon how old your children are. Or like I said, it's additional, or you just need something extra. So it just depends, but which is basically the same thing. Or if you're younger and that's the best option for you. I will tell you, term life insurance does give you a higher coverage amount for a lower price than you would with whole insurance. But we'll talk about whole insurance and then actually term versus whole type of a deal a little bit later in a whole nother video. I just want to specify the things on term life insurance. So typically it's about 15 years, 20 years, sometimes 30 years. You may not be able to stretch to 30 years depending upon your age and depending upon the carrier that you're working with. So whoever your life insurance professional is, they will be able to tell you that based on your age that you can't go to a 30-year. You may have to stop at a 20-year. It's good to kind of hold that out as long as possible, because what happens is at the end of that 15-year, 20-year, or 30-year process, I think some have 10, I'm not really sure. At the end of that term, you are going to either have to apply for more insurance if you still need that, or you're just without it. Now, there are situations where term life insurance can convert over into a whole life insurance policy. Again, that's a totally different video. We're just talking about the standard term life insurance. So once you get this, you usually get a really high coverage amount. We're talking about, when I say high, that's different for everyone. The amount of money for a term is going to be way less per month for your monthly premium than it would be if you had like a whole life insurance policy. The reason is because the catch is it's going to end. Now, a lot of people like to do this because it saves them money. They feel like it saves them money up front. But the thing is, if and when you outlive that policy, which you hope, to live longer, which a lot of people are living longer these days anyways with different medicine and technology. So you want to think about that. Have that discussion with your life insurance professional, or you can contact me if you do not have one. You feel comfortable with me as well. I will be happy to discuss that with you and to kind of see what's the best option for you. We can go ahead and set you up on a life insurance plan that you can call your own. You can also do that by scheduling with me by going to carepro.info. That's where you can click the link that's attached to this video. It will include my CarePro website and also may link you to other things like YouTube and such. But if you want to go directly there to schedule, you would go to carepro.info, and that's how you can schedule your 15-minute phone call with me. So I actually do mine over the phone as well. I actually do a remote over the phone way of doing things virtually. That's kind of like a whole nother video too, but with me, you guys, there's no home visits, there's no medical exams, any of that at all. As you look, that's where things are turning. You look on TV everywhere you go, you can buy real estate, you can buy life insurance, you can buy a car from online these days. You know what I mean? So that's where things are going, especially with all of this with, the COVID and things like that. It's a safer way for everyone, and you can still get what you need. I mean, you have proof of everything you're going to get and so forth. But that's another video. I'll talk about that later. But term life insurance, just keep in mind, guys, for term life insurance, it's only for a set amount of time. Once that policy ends at the end of that term, at the end of the 15 years, the 20 years or the 30 years, whatever you're set up on, or 10 years, whatever you've set up with your life insurance professional, know that that's going to end, and now you have to reapply at being 15 years older, 20 years older than where you are. If your health has changed, you're older now. So all that is a factor when it comes into how much your premium is going to be. And a lot of people don't realize that. Like, you may had something when you were 20 and 30 years old and you ended that, or you were with your parents, you had something short term. Now you are 65 years old, even 53 years old, and you're still thinking you can just go ahead and grab the same policy you had when you were in your 20s. Well, here's the deal. You can, okay, but please listen to your life insurance professional, because what they're telling you is you can get that, but keep in mind that's going to come to an end, and you're going to have to reapply, which will give you, you're going to be used to paying such a low premium, and then all of a sudden you wonder why, oh my gosh, this is too high, I never paid this much before. You get that all the time. Well, it wasn't this, I was paying this before when you were 20 years younger before as well. And that's a term policy. Now you're looking into something that's more permanent, which is a whole policy, which we will discuss as well at a later time. But guys, I don't want to hold you too long. That was just your caffeine dose of life insurance today about term life insurance. So keep those things in mind. A set time, it will expire. You're going to have to renew and purchase insurance again, being 15, 20, whatever that time frame was that you set up for, older than what you were when you first began. And that's going to affect the premium, which is your monthly payment that you pay each month. So that's something you want to keep in mind too. So if you ever need a life insurance broker, okay, I'm a broker, and I say that because I don't have my I don't have my clients to sign up under a certain insurance company. I'm not going to name any here, but I'll say I don't have them sign up for a certain insurance company. I work with a variety of life insurance companies. We have a conversation. I decide where you belong, what's best for you based on what you're telling me and what's going on. And we make that best decision for you together. Okay. That's how I work and operate. It's a painless process. It doesn't take long at all. A few questions over the phone, private, no exams, no home visits. If you are right now located in the state of Georgia at the time of this video here, and actually schedule, which is even better, schedule your 15-minute phone call with me when you are ready, so that we can talk about what's best for you, and we can go ahead and make the decision and grab that rate that's best for you at that time, okay? Until then,